here from Masterland Investing. Thank you guys for tuning in. What I want to talk about today in this video is what they call simultaneous closings. It's part of our lesson course in the course that I'm offering. What it actually is certain times in the market, I've done it in the past, when things are really hopping and it seems that when you buy properties you can move them as quick as you buy them. That's not always the case. But when it is the case and you've timed the market right, part of the 4 phases of a real estate cycle, a lot of times you incur a little more cost, but it's a very effective way to move property in and out of house real quick, get the cream off the top, keep your money flowing. The way it works is typically you're buying land in a certain farm area, or a few farm areas at once, for instance. You're tying the property up on a 90-day contract like I have in the past. As soon as you get a contract signed, you get it back. Now on that contract you have a 9-day feasibility and up to 90 days to close on the property. That being said, typically the contract comes back, you have about 80-something days. The way it works is when the contract comes back signed, typically you'd send it straight to the title company to get a clear title. Depending on how fast the title company works, if it's somebody on your team, they usually get it done pretty efficiently, fairly rapidly. So let's call it a couple weeks, so you have maybe 65, 70 days left on that 90 days, maybe a little longer, 80 days maybe, possibly. Typically about 75, 70 days left. Immediately upon clearing title, what I would typically do is send it right back to my real estate agent in that particular area that I'm working, have them list the property. For instance, if the market is bearing $25,000 for that particular type of property, I would have them listed at around $23,000, just under the market value. Let them know that we have so many days left on that purchase agreement, that they need to find a buyer and set a closing date on or before that 90-day period. Once they find a particular buyer for that property that you have contract on, they send you the purchase agreement back, you send that to your title company, and the way it works is you'd go ahead and do both closings. They would do a mail away or have the person come to the office. Typically what I do is a mail away. It's much more convenient. Most of the time the owners are out of state and I haven't got time to be going to all these closings. So you incur an extra cost, but you have the title company send to your original seller a closing package. You get a closing package for that first buy from the original seller. At the same time, another closing package goes to your new buyer, and you also get a closing package for your new sell. The title company handles all the transactions. They get a cost of that, obviously, for their procedure. This way you're using the funds from the new buyer's money that goes into escrow at that closing to pay for your original seller's property. You in turn take the difference between the original cost for your buy, the cost for your new buy, and that's your profit on the deal. So basically what you're doing is you're buying a property from the original seller. In turn, you're finding a new buyer before the closing date on the original purchase, having your title company close with them also on or before that original closing date. They handle all the transactions, get all the docs signed. The difference between the original purchase and your new sale price is the difference that you'll take off the top, which is the cream of the top of the deal. There was times that I was moving properties so fast that we were doing sometimes 10, 15 deals in a day. So when you're doing things at that rate, there's a lot of money to be made. Typically, in a standard moving market, a lot of times that's not the case. You can't always guarantee you're going to find a new buyer at the price that you need to sell that property for to make enough profit within the 90 days. But this is one of the little tricks of the land investing business if you're aware of that. Now, rules have changed a tad over the years, and I think more so when it pertains to residential, single-family residence, primary residence properties. A lot of the title companies didn't like to do that because there was some liability in the sale end of it. But as far as vacant land, like I've said in the past videos and some of the part of the courses, is building a solid team, making sure your title company understands what you are, what you do. You're a real estate investor. The name of the game is buying and selling property, buying at a wholesale discount price, moving the property as fast as possible. The title company understands your process. You make it clear with the title company that occasionally you may want to do simultaneous closings. Will they and can they handle simultaneous closing? Very important information to present to your title company that you're going to select for these deals. It still can be done, but once again, like I said, you need to be selective in who you chose. Make sure you put all your cards on the table, let them know what you do, what your intentions are, and how you're going to want to make your deals happen a lot of times. So once you build a solid team, you have a good real estate attorney, good title company to handle this process. At the same time, your realtors understand there's a deadline on these properties. You've hand-selected realtors in these particular areas to move the property. If it's done correctly, it's a wonderful way to move a lot of properties in a short amount of time. So that's the lesson for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it's valuable content for you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We have great information coming forward every couple of weeks at this point. I think we're doing 3 a week before. I've tapered it down to about 2 a week right now. We just launched our podcast about a month ago. I think we've already published or put 3 online already, 3 or 4 podcasts. They're going to be usually launched every Saturday. So please tune into them and enjoy them also. It's great information. But once again, thank you guys. Don't be greedy, be generous. Go out there and inspire someone today if you can. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great week. Thanks again. Bye-bye.